Hello Carnage Cravers, welcome back to Carnage Corner. I am Ken Carnage, and tonight I want to talk about SummerSlam. The SummerSlam pay-per-view was last night. I was not able to stream live during it, so I'm going to bring to you a review video right now. So I came in, I was not able to get into the show until about partway through the kickoff show. So I came in, when I came in, I'm just going to take you from the point where I came in watching the broadcast. So it was the Usos versus the New Day for the tag team, for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Surprisingly good match. Far better than I was expecting. And I was happy with the outcome. The Usos won. We have new SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Very good. Okay, that was how they closed out the kickoff show. Now, the opening match of the main show was John Cena versus Baron Corbin. Alright, a little bit of back and forth, and ultimately Cena wins this matchup, which this reeks of Cena's politicking to me. Cena has, much like Hogan before him, Cena has gone out of his way to keep certain young talents down. Anybody who could possibly compete with him for the top spot in the company. He did it to Ryback. He had issues with CM Punk because of it. And now it seems like the same thing's happening to Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin was all primed up and ready for a push, and now it's all dissolving. It's all just falling apart. And we've seen that happen several times before. And it's very heavily speculated that that is the result of Cena's backstage politicking. So I wasn't particularly happy about that. The SmackDown Live Women's Championship match, Natalya defeated Naomi. Thank God. Maybe now we can get rid of that stupid fucking light bright belt and have an actual women's championship that looks like a championship and will be treated prestigious like a championship. Not decked out like they're on their way to the goddamn nightclub. Very happy for Natalya. And Naomi should never be given a women's championship again if that's what she's going to do with them. So, moving on from there. Big Show versus Big Cass. And it had the big dummy and the shark cage up above. So, the match was okay. This is not Big Show's best match by far. But the match was okay. Having Enzo there was a little unnecessary. And I could have done without the spot of Enzo stripping down to his boxers, covering himself in baby oil, and squeezing out of the shark cage like some demented infant crawling from its mother. It is... that was a visual I did. If there was... Cass is the one who needs to win. Cass needs to build up. If Big Show beats Cass, it buries Cass. So this was actually good booking for a rare occasion from the WWE. So, and then Randy Orton versus Rusev. This was short and rather brutal. Rusev attacking Orton before the match. Rusev attacking Orton before the match even began. And this ended with one of the most brutal RKOs I've seen. It looked so brutal. I actually questioned whether or not Rusev might have sustained a neck injury on that RKO. So, wow. From there we went into Alexa Bliss defending her championship against Sasha Banks. And, they put the belt on Sasha, which that's disappointing as far as I'm concerned. I don't much care for Sasha Banks, and I like her even less as a babyface, at least as a heel. Her as a heel feels more natural, at least. So hopefully this is just a a short-term thing, and they will put the Women's Championship on somebody more deserving soon. That being said, we then moved into Finn Balor versus Bray Wyatt. This was mostly a gimmick match, the whole spot, Bray going into his crab walk and Finn doing his crawl and Bray getting creeped out instead of Finn, and it was very gimmicky. I mean, I'm not saying it was bad, but it was very gimmicky. And Finn won that match, which is good because, again, makes no sense for Bray to beat him. And then we went into the Raw Tag Team match. Ambrose and Rollins versus Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team titles. This was actually a really, really good match. Lots and lots of tags. Like, you really had to be paying attention to this match in order to know what was going on. And that's good. That's very good. And we have new Raw Tag Team champions in Ambrose and Rollins. So, we'll see how this Shield reunion, so to speak, goes. It's too bad they couldn't get Roman in there so that we wouldn't have to deal with him in the title picture. Anyways, moving on from there. AJ Styles versus Kevin Owens for the U.S. title with special guest referee Shane McMahon. Shane McMahon as referee was impartial. He treated both competitors exactly the same, which is exactly what you need out of a referee. AJ managed to get the win. I'm sure Kevin will bitch, moan, and complain on SmackDown this Tuesday. So, but AJ Styles is still the United States champion. And then we moved into the world title match. Jinder Mahal versus Shinsuke Nakamura. And Jinder came out with the Singh brothers. And, as much as I like Nakamura, we all like Nakamura, anybody who thought Nakamura was going to go out there and beat Jinder with the Singh brothers at ringside hasn't been paying attention to the way Jinder and the Singh brothers operate during his title reign so far. With the Singh brothers out there, Nakamura is still the World Heavyweight Champion. And I have a sinking feeling that he just might be dropping that title to Cena at the next pay-per-view. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. Because if it's bad enough they let John Cena tie Ric Flair, if they let him surpass Ric Flair, I mean, that's just going to be fucking sad. I'm sorry. But to take an honest-to-goodness, real professional wrestler, who is cherished and loved all around the world by wrestling fans, and take his legacy and have it besmirched by some idiotic sports entertainer who can't freaking... I hope it never happens. I really hope it never happens. But it's probably going to happen. Alright, move into the Fatal 4-Way match. Brock Lesnar defending against Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman. Strowman shined in this match. This was Strowman's match. He manhandled everybody. He did to Brock Lesnar things we've never seen anybody do to Brock Lesnar. Not even The Undertaker has manhandled Lesnar in such a way. So it was a good match. I enjoyed the match. And of course, they cart Brock out on a stretcher. Brock comes back. And as soon as you saw Brock come back, you had to have known what was going to happen. Brock's getting the win. And he did get the win. And he pinned Roman Reigns. I'm glad that it was Roman Reigns that he pinned, because that at least opens it up for him to possibly work with Joe or Braun moving forward. I have no idea when we may see Brock actually lose that title at this point. Given the fact that Vince likes to do big things on big shows, I'd be willing to bet that we're not going to see Brock lose that title until Survivor Series. And year-long title reigns are rare. But it's a lot easier to do a year-long title reign when your champion only shows up like 5 days out of the year. So, that being said, Oh God, let's see. You know what? I will go ahead and I will give SummerSlam 2013. I'll give that a nice let's give it a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was good. It wasn't fantastic. I'm on the fence as to which show was better, whether it be SummerSlam or NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3. I think on the overall, TakeOver Brooklyn 3 was probably the better show, but I will say that SummerSlam had the better main event. So take that for what it's worth. And that has been my SummerSlam